Hey everybody, just thought I'd get on right quick and let you know that I've got the first batch of Dereck 2s in the mail, and I'm exhausted, and so I just want to just say this right quick, and I'm going to go try and take a nap, because I really didn't sleep since last night. I tried to, but I really don't sleep well when I do gigs, but for about the first 20 albums are in the mail, so I was just on Facebook talking to River Cool Ranch Dressing and just telling him how I'm still in a bit of a daze behind the record finally getting here, as well as other events. And interesting how a lot of times things happen in a clusterfuck, or sometimes information comes all at once, it seems like, and you have a lot to process. But Jeff Recordman 1958 just stopped by and got his. He bought an orange vinyl copy on pre-order. And when he got over here and saw it, he bought a black one too. So, oh, I think the only other thing I want to say was I was kind of picking up on some rancor or some kind of minuscule upset or maybe misunderstanding that may have gone down on Facebook in the YouTube vinyl community. I don't know what it was, but it's all cool now. But it does cause me to, everything has a ripple effect. You all know that. So here's my ripple. And my ripple is to say something that I wrote on Facebook, which is, we can only get what we receive. I'm going to attempt to reach out to folks that are blind and asleep, because I say that because you probably won't hear what I'm about to say, but god dang, I wish you could hear me. Folks that are unaware or don't care about the effects of their words, actions, attitudes, it's just really it's destructive, and you can only get what you receive. I suppose that's one of the reasons why I just am flabbergasted at just how much of a mess mankind still is because it's just so obvious that we reap what we sow. And people that are mean or thoughtless or stupid, just like Tom Hanks said in that movie, stupid is as stupid does. The vinyl community on YouTube is growing. More people are there. I've had people ask to join. I always check before I accept anyone, and it's still growing, and the larger it grows, the more out of control it can be, but that doesn't have to be the case. I'm really calling upon everyone in the vinyl community to take a step back and take a good look at yourself and assess who you are and what you are bringing to the table. And I want to encourage you. I want to push you to bring your best. And those immature or hurtful or hurting tendencies that we have, well, do something about them so you don't hurt other people with it. Anytime I say things on here that could be cutting or can be construed as negative, if you noticed on all my videos, I always come back and try to make sure about my motivation. That's the one thing I think I want to share, is that our motivation behind our actions leads to the result of the action. Many ancient philosophies teach the difference between right motivation, or just the idea of right motivation, okay? It's pretty obvious what the opposite of right motivation is. And when your motivation is right, what follows will be right. So, I do know that there's many people of you here in the community that are hurting psychologically, psychically, emotionally, and I am too in ways. What I would encourage you to do is to reach out for support and love here, as opposed to striking out negatively. You just really do yourself a disservice, and you hurt a lot of other people too when you do that. You know, my words may be untimely, but I don't think so. I think this is a good time to be saying this. It may fall on deaf ears. You know, one of the unfortunate things about wisdom is a lot of times we end up preaching to the choir when we really want to reach the ignorant or the less awake, or folks that are maybe struggling to try to understand. But those are my words for today. You know, let's just reach higher. Let's do better. Let's do better than we do in the bar. Let's do better than we do in the pool hall. Let's do better than we do at the sports events. Let's tap into our higher selves. Let's be the artistic mavericks that we look up to or that we listen to in the music we play. Or if you happen to be the sort of person that listens to a lot of low down, depraved stuff, well, share the records, but please, you know, think about, I hope you don't want to come here and act depraved and shit. We don't need it. I mean, you know, life sucks and hurts enough as it is. Last thing I'll say is this. I have had a new person recently ask me again or say, why can't I like this video? I'll tell you why you can't like it. You can like it in words. I am well past the thing that made me rant over a year ago about that like dislike button. I always deactivate it just so that if you're going to talk to me, you have to talk to me. You know, liking, I do a lot of liking of videos. But I happen to know myself really well. And when and I've said this many times, green means one thing, red means another. Love seeing green. When I see red, I see blood, okay? And that's my reaction. I want to kick somebody's motherfucking ass, okay? So, best way to deal with it is to not have it show up there, okay? Because I don't guarantee you this, but I'll tell you this. A person that would anonymously diss me, if he met me in person, it'd be a whole nother story. And we're not talking about physical intimidation. We're talking about meeting on a level playing field, one human to the other. I'm real good at that. You know, you step to me like a motherfucking idiot, I got your ass. You know what I'm saying? You know, I'm just a human being, but when you step to me, you need to step to me with your best game, okay? Because in so many ways, verbally, however, I will bitch slap your ass if you step to me in real life like an ass. And when it happens, that's what happens, okay? And I always do it with love. It's not violence. I'm not talking about physical. I'm talking about verbally responding to people appropriately. You know, I learned a long time ago that you don't fight fire with fire, and just because somebody is shitty to you doesn't mean you be shitty back. I try very hard to reach for a higher message. It's hard sometimes, but that's what I try to do. And that's why you don't get to like me or dislike me anonymously. You have to speak to me. Really want the vinyl community to stay solid, stay positive, stay loving. I keep looking out the window because I guess it's summertime. I live on a half circle, and so don't get a lot of foot traffic. So it always catches my attention when I see people walking. And one of the things I'm watching for is I'm watching for people casing people, because we do have home invasions going on. You know what I'm saying? These are things that we need to be aware of, folks, okay? So yeah, you have to talk to me. You know, hiding behind a bush and throwing rocks at me, that's some shit that little kids do.